Hello everyone, and welcome to this video. Today I'll be doing a little textured oil painting practice. I've made a few of these paintings recently and I'm just really enjoying this kind of style, so I wanted to walk you guys through kind of how I create these paintings. I've been doing a lot of these paintings on canvas paper just because it's easier for practice, and so I start out by sketching my grid and my general landscape so that I can get started on the painting. And then here I'm starting on the sunset portion of this painting. So my plan here is to put down all of the colors that I need with pretty thick applications of paint, and then use a palette knife later to blend it all together and make a smooth gradient. So I started with that muted purple color that you see there on the horizon line, and then I'm working up to an orange color and then up to my blue colors at the top. And I'm not really worrying about the texture or anything here because I'm going to smooth it all out later, so I'm just kind of putting the color down where I want it. And you can see here I'm adding some more saturated colors as I'm moving toward the right side of the paper. My original plan was to put the sun in there, and I was going to try and do that, but once I smoothed out the colors, I really liked it how it was, and even after trying to put the sun in there, I didn't really like it. So as I'm working my way to the top of this painting here, I am just continuing to add my colors, and I am using an impasto medium for this painting. An impasto medium adds volume to the paint, and it also helps you to retain the brush strokes and the texture, so it won't fall flat once it dries. And here we've come to the fun part where I'm using a larger palette knife to spread out all of the colors that I've put down in the sky section so far. This part felt a bit like frosting a cake. The oil paint has that similar texture, and I'm just trying to get it so that it's smoothed out and not too streaky. But I do want to leave a little bit of texture and some imperfections in there too, just to show that it's a textured painting and it's not meant to be perfect. Once I was done with the sky section, I moved on to the land section. The focal point of this painting is the river, the Ohio River, that's running through the landscape. And so I used the same colors that I used for the sky to paint in the river so that it looks like a reflection. I am lightly blending those colors together, but still keeping that palette knife texture. The bottom half of this painting is going to be way more textured than the top half to get a little bit of contrast between the textures of those sections. So now I'm going in with some greens and adding in the trees and the green space in the foreground of the painting. I started with very muted blue colors at the horizon line, and then I'm moving towards some more saturated green colors at the bottom of the page. This color change is what gives you a little bit of atmospheric perspective and makes the distance look distant and the foreground look close. And the final details I'm adding in here are some dark blue shadows to show some sides of the hills that are not illuminated by the sun. This just gives the foreground a bit more dimension and texture and makes it look like something rather than just a big open green space. And I really do my best to not overwork these kinds of paintings. I am a perfectionist at heart, and I have a hard time just kind of leaving it when I feel like I can do better. But it's an exercise, especially with these kinds of paintings, with just letting go and letting the paint do what it wants. And it's also good practice in working on conveying the information needed without overdoing the details. And once the painting's all done and I'm happy with it, I take off the tape around the edges. I love this part of these paintings. I feel like it just brings everything together and cleans it all up. Once the painting is fully dry, in a week or two, I will varnish it, but I do wait until it's completely dry. I also sign it, and here is that final painting. And this painting is available in my Etsy shop if you're interested in getting it for yourself, along with all the other textured paintings that I've made. Other than that, leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.